a bonus episode of Pretty Basic. Let's get into giving some unsolicited, solicited advice.
Mrs. Remi Parsons, I need your help is the title from Anonymous.
Is from Anonymous, which means it's going to be juicy.
Ooh, this was supposed to be a summer fling, but now I'm sitting here wondering if I've met someone really special.
I just don't know what to do. Please help.
I don't know. I mean, you should never feel like a troll, no matter what.
You meet your person when you're like in a good place. Goodbye.
No, that's our toxic advice.
Thank you so much to Google Shopping for sponsoring this episode.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty Basic. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to a bonus episode of Pretty Basic. I'm your co-host, Remi Parsons.
Every bonus episode, we should switch.
Oh.
That'd be fun. Change it up, you
like
know?
Who starts the intro?
No, the chairs.
Oh, okay, you want to switch?
Should we? You may not recognize me from...
Nose.
You may not recognize me from this side. This is my bad side. But hi, I'm Alicia Marie. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Pretty Basic.
Hi, you know what's great though? I get your good side. And you are looking snatched, my friend.
Me pulling the Ariana.
Oh my God. That's some of my favorite Ariana lore when she's on the like Good Morning America and she's only letting them see the side of her face. Real. Anyways, thank you so much to Google for sponsoring this episode. We did do basically this whole idea a few weeks ago and you guys loved it so much. So we are back to give you unsolicited, solicited advice today.
It's just crazy that people still want advice from us.
You know what? I had this thought yesterday because I was watching your story and you reposted someone who made a story of you doing your video where you were giving advice.
The way that I quickly was like, whoa,
where is this going?
And
I was thinking, I'm like, you give really great advice.
Oh, thank you.
You do. I really am impressed. I don't think I do, but I'm here for the ride.
But you're really good at understanding not everyone's the same. Like sometimes I can be like, I don't know. I feel like you're very good at understanding like your advice may not work for other people where I'm over here like da 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 da.
It's very sweet. Thank you.
But yeah, we're really excited.
As we said, this is part 2. So if you missed part 1, go watch it. And without further ado, let's get into giving some unsolicited, solicited advice.
Also, if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, that's where we usually pull questions. Or if we want more like longer submissions, then we'll have you guys email them. Obviously, hello@prettybasic.com. But also follow us because sometimes we'll do little Q&As on Instagram too. But let's get into it. Okay, first one is from Anonymous, which means it's going to be juicy. Ooh, you're so right.
Titled, You're Not My Type, But. Hey, Remi and Alicia, I absolutely adore the both of you and have since I was 12. So I would really appreciate the input. Sorry if it's long. Do not be sorry, Anonymous. So the guy that I've been sleeping with for 4 months, who I'm not romantically interested in at all, was at my house for a party the other night. After a few drinks, we went to my room for a little private moment. This man then says to me, after a hot and steamy makeout, that, and I quote, "You're not my usual physical type, but your personality is just so amazing. I get it's not that deep, but it feels weird and confusing for me since he said previously that he can tell I'm insecure about my..." Hold on. He has previously said that he can tell I'm insecure about my body and that I have nothing to worry about. He's also given me compliments on my physical appearance, and now it's got me feeling like it's all been fake and he sees me as a troll. All my friends now hate him, but the sex is the best I've ever had. I just don't know what to do. Please help. Love you guys. You can get good sex elsewhere, girly. Goodbye. And that's all I have to say.
Me being like, Remi, you're so good at like being like,
here's the thing.
This is actually like, this makes me sad.
The insecure about my body and nothing to worry about. Even like him saying he can tell, like, also don't just say that. You know what I mean? Like, what if you weren't? What if you like, and then it gives you like, you know, it gives you insecurities. It makes you think about it like, oh, what am I saying or doing to like make him think that? If that came off like completely unwarranted and unsolicited, then that's a problem. Even though it like seems kind of nice, but then the actual problem is you're not my physical type, but your personality is just so amazing.
Even if he said you're not my usual type, I would still feel weird about it. But then adding the physical part in it makes it even like it makes it way worse.
Yeah. I'm just like, if you're staying for the good sex, I promise you can find good sex.
Also, elsewhere. Can I challenge you? I know you say that like you're not romantically interested in at all, but make sure you're not lying to yourself. Because I feel like as someone who likes putting up walls, like that's something I would say just to be like saving myself in case like I get hurt or something.
Love what you just said. I just also think like a guy, or not just a guy, but a person like calling to your physical sayingness so much, like there's something off. Like saying it like once, twice, 3 times, like that's weird. Like we don't need to call attention to your physical looks so much. You know what I mean? Also, like to me then, saying it so many times, it's like it wasn't an accident. Like you didn't misspeak. Like he meant what he said and he's repeating it over
I feel
and over
like
again.
he's just so dumb that he doesn't realize that, like he thinks he's doing a compliment, but it's like, that's such a backhanded compliment. And I think he's just like, he's like, no, but I'm saying I like you. But it's like, no, but you don't realize like,
by saying that you like me, you're saying also that like I'm not physically what you're normally going for.
I don't know. No one likes feeling just like another type. And then even if a guy's like, wow, I'm normally only into redheads, but I love you. Then any redhead I see with him, I'm going to be like, oh, he's into them. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just better to not say that. Obviously he has, we can't go back. I don't know. I mean, you should never feel like a troll no matter what. Anyone who you're with should make you feel amazing and hot and sexy and beautiful no matter what.
If you really are not romantically interested and also he makes you feel a weird way, then like really.
And if your friends don't like him,
let him go. Let him go.
Yeah.
If I were you, I think you should say something kind of mean to him and then never talk to him again.
Be like,
personally.
yeah, you're not my type either.
Yeah. Be like, oh my God. Like, you know, normally I go for like really buff, hot guys, but you know.
Yeah. No, like literally like, wow, normally I'm only into like really strong guys.
Yeah,
but like your personality really does it for me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, like looks aren't everything.
No, that's our toxic advice. We should do toxic advice
Is
for
that
everything.
toxic? Is that
that's
toxic?
not the best thing to do, but also you just kind of got to go through it. My toxic advice is like leave while you're in control. So you can be the one ending it. Because if he ends it with you, like I would be like down past the floor even lower. Like I would be like, oh my God, I am a troll. But if I was the one to end it, I don't mean that I'm saying for my personal self. But that's my toxic advice.
It's crazy that people wanted part 2 of this actually.
What?
It's crazy people wanted part 2 of this.
I know. No. I'm like, I'm feeling sassy today. So yeah, my toxic advice is after you hook up for the last time, be like, hey, I'm done. And then be like, bye. And then you're done.
I personally think, and this is, let me know if this is toxic. Just like don't, it is toxic. Because I was going to say ghost and never talk to him again. That's toxic.
My real advice is I think how you handle this situation will affect it'll affect you for years and how you let men treat you or talk to you. And the sooner you can like stand up for yourself, the better.
It's true.
That's my real advice.
Yeah. I think if you want real non-toxic advice, I think be like, hey, you know, first off, I think we should cut this off. Like I actually think, I know I keep saying like, say something mean, but I think the truth could be interpreted as mean. But if you literally are like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm not romantically interested in you. I don't actually want to continue this anymore. Also, just letting you know, the comments that you've said, even though you maybe didn't mean them in an offensive way, I took offense to them and they hurt my feelings. That's besides the point. Regardless, like I'm not interested in you romantically. I don't want to continue this. So,
or being like, for your next situationship, don't say that.
Yeah.
Like just a little advice for your next situationship.
Yeah, I actually love that. I think you should stick up for yourself. I think that would be good for both you and him if he actually is just dumb and doesn't realize how that is a backhanded thing to say.
Or if he's a good guy, he's gonna be like, holy shit, oh my God. And then he's gonna become obsessed with you.
Oh my God. Alicia Marie. I think cut him off, but just decide how do you want to cut him off. And I promise you can find great sex elsewhere.
Or be extremely real with yourself. And if you're like, I just want this for a hookup, like that's it. Like just be real with yourself.
But even if you just want it for a hookup, I think hook up with someone else. Don't hook up with someone that makes you feel small.
I agree.
But real quick, we're going to take a little break. And today we're not just talking about fashion. We're going to be trying on some of our new favorite fall looks with Google Shopping.
All right, so we've been eyeing some trends for fall, but we need to try them on to see how they'll look on us so we don't have to spend time buying and returning.
Google's try-on tool is such a game changer. The fact that we can try things on from home or anywhere before we buy, it's absolutely unreal. For me, my go-to fall look, which honestly, I feel like I need some new date night looks because I just moved, I'm so excited, and I need something cute to pull out for all of the restaurants that Cal and I are gonna go to. So I'm thinking, it's groundbreaking, guys. Dress and boots.
That's so you.
I know. It's so me, right?
It's so you. Remember how we were just talking about capris and how I really think that they're going to make a huge comeback? I feel like capris are one of those things that you just have to try on before you commit.
Also, we're going to Miami. I feel like that's the perfect time for you to try them out.
You guys know one thing about me. It's the fact that I'm very lazy. So if I don't have to try clothes on, try things on, it just makes my life so much easier. And that's what I love about Google Shopping. Okay, I want to see if these ASOS capri pants look good on me. So, okay, I like these ones. Next, I'm going to tap try it on. And in order to get the best photo, you need good lighting, fitted clothes, and a full body picture. Then upload the photo and Google is going to show you what it looks like on you. Okay, the black capris with the little flare and then a little black kitten heel. I see the vision right now.
I think you have lovely calves and you should show them off.
Okay, love this one. But wait, let me try another one. I want to try a different color. Wait, this set is cute. Okay, almost there. Wait, this is such a good fit for Miami. I think this is a fall trend I'm about to like wear every single day. You can't tell me that doesn't look good.
Wait.
Like good, right?
Really good. Pull up a few different looks. Wait, this first one? Wait, I love it, but I look like Suzanne Cruz.
You do look like
This is exactly what my mom would want me to wear. And lastly, oh, this one is Alicia Marie coded. We've got a little brown lace mini dress.
Wait, can you get it so I can borrow it?
Yes. Okay, wait. I must add to cart, so let's buy it.
So there you have it, guys. Google's try-on tool is a lifesaver. Thank you, Google Shopping, for helping us try on our new fall looks.
Let us know what you think in the comments. And make sure you try the tool and shop back to school essentials for yourself by scanning the code on your screen here.
This one's from Lindsay. This is PCOS Advice. Hi, Alicia and Remi. This question, I guess, is more geared towards Rem, but would love to hear feedback from Alicia. I got diagnosed with PCOS last year and I've been struggling with the diagnosis ever since. It hit me hard knowing that I may be infertile or may have problems conceiving. All I can think about is whether or not I will be able to get pregnant, and it's driving me insane. I know Remi deals with PCOS and I would love to hear how she's doing and what she's done to help her hormones get more normalized. I would also love to hear feedback from viewers/listeners who also struggle with PCOS. What things can I do to help get my mind off of this and to stop stressing so much? With love, Lindsay.
Lindsay, I love you, and I understand the stress and the anxieties of everything that you're going through. My first advice would be to go to a doctor who listens to you and who, you know, doesn't make you feel small, a doctor who doesn't belittle everything that you say. Find a doctor who, you know, knows what they're talking about and makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel safe. And I think first off, before you let your thoughts and fears of being infertile cloud your judgment and cloud everything, like figure out, are you infertile or not? That's it. It's an easier answer. It's a yes or no answer. You know, go to your doctor. You guys can do testing to see, are you infertile? Are you not? Statistically, with PCOS, it is harder to get pregnant. But to be honest, like I always knew that, and I still know that, even though my hormones are a lot more figured out now. But still, I'm not scared. I'm not nearly as scared as I used to be. I know that most likely it'll be harder for me to get pregnant, but I know it's not impossible until I, you know, try, and maybe I go see doctors and things. And like, there's a world where it is impossible. You know, there is a world where that happens, and I haven't mentally prepped myself for that yet, but like I will when the time comes, if the time comes. But for now, I'm just like, okay, it's going to be harder, but that's okay. Whether that's we try sooner or whether that's, you know, we use the help of my doctor, kind of like a little bit of both. I think, yeah, for me, I've obviously gotten on the right medication. I've talked about this before, but I'm on a tirzepatide, and then also I'm on a slew of supplements to help me when I'm ready. I'm actually about to go into my PCOS doctor in like 2 weeks or so. And I talked about this in my solo episode, but I'm going to go in and talk to her about how our birth timeline has changed a little bit, how we want to move that up. And so I can let you guys know what she says once I go in there. But I know there is like kind of a rollout plan once I do decide that I'm ready of tapering off medications, maybe starting other medications. I'm sure starting prenatals and things like that. So I really just, my advice is to not freak out until you like absolutely have to freak out, because there's no point in stressing twice over something, and finding a doctor that like makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel good, and you can run your tests. And then, you know, I personally, every time I have like an anxiety, I go talk to my doctor, and the way that she'll just be like, oh my God, no, you don't need to worry about that. Like, not an issue. We'll do frequent ultrasounds to see like where my eggs are, like, how my eggs are looking, kind of looking at the cysts and things like that. And just like seeing it helps me a lot to calm my nerves down. Sometimes it freaks me out a little more, to be honest, but like just having those conversations and like visually seeing it for me, because PCOS is a spectrum. You know, some women have it a lot worse than I do. Some women have it a lot better than I do. It just kind of depends on the person. So I wouldn't freak out until you absolutely have to.
Yeah, I was going to say that exact thing. The other thing, I mean, to make it more hopeful too, like, I mean, there's even couples who can't have kids at all, and then once they adopt, they're like weird, they get pregnant like that. Like, it's such a thing. So I think also the more you can not care and not stress. And obviously it's easier said than done. I don't know. Our bodies are so insanely like oh my God, what am I saying? In tune. Mm-hmm. And like the smallest ounce of stress can affect anything. Like stress affects our bodies so much. And obviously, again, it's so much easier to like say it versus like go through it. But I think truly just like surrendering and being like, you know what, if I'm meant to have kids, I'll have them. Adoption's always another option. Like there are doctor visits, like medications, like there's so many IVF, like there's so many things. I think mainly just knowing you're not alone, like truly, like there's so many people who struggle with conceiving. So like Remi said, don't stress about it until it is a real thing. Cause you also don't want that just to be a secondary anxiety added to your PCOS. But yeah, you got this.
Also, for me, I've always known it most likely is going to be harder for me to get pregnant. There is such a world where I get pregnant on the first try. Mm-hmm. Like I have so many friends that have had babies with PCOS, not even trying on accident.
I can't.
Because they're like, because they're like, oh, well, I have PCOS. I like don't have to be as necessarily safe. And then boom, they get pregnant. So that happens. So it's different for every single person. I remember recently on my vlog where I talked about us moving, I talked about how like the plan that Cal and I put in place for what we want and when we want to have babies and when we want to move, like kind of our timeline of everything. But also we're prepped if things go out of the timeline, that's totally fine too. But I had so many comments from women saying like, oh my God, I have PCOS. Just so you know, like I'm on my third baby. I'm on my second baby. I'm on my first baby. Like it's so common. But again, yes, the stress really does not help the situation. Mm-hmm. So yes. Love you. Mwah. Next question. Dating post-divorce from Anonymous. I need advice on dating post-divorce. I, 25 female, got divorced this past April. For context, I grew up in the LDS Church, Mormon, where it is highly expected to get married pretty young. I got engaged at 19, married at 20, pregnant at 21, had the kid at 22. 23 was pretty chill, not much going on, and divorced at 24. Damn. I just turned 25 and I'm wondering what comes next. On one hand, I never want to look at a man again, but on the other hand, I now know what it's like to have a full-on life with a significant other. I feel like it'd be hard to find a guy who would want to date a 25-year-old with a kid unless it's another divorcee. Not that I'm being hypocritical, just sometimes I feel like if a guy is divorced, it's more likely that it was the guy's fault, not to push stereotypes. I know it takes two people and sometimes they're just not compatible. Should I date looking for something casual, but I can't really afford to have someone wasting my time? Should I look for someone who's ready to settle down? I don't want to rush anything, but at the same time, I was in college when I got married and pregnant, and I became a stay-at-home mom when I graduated, so I've never really had a job. I moved in with my parents when we got separated, and I feel like my only way to move out would be to remarry. Also, where would I even meet these people? I would want someone who's fun and still likes going out, going to concerts, etc., but also someone who's ready for something serious and wants to settle down. I feel like I can't have both. Love you guys. Wow.
So many thoughts.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
In like 3 years.
That's a whole lot.
That's a lot.
I do feel like you can have both. Like I do feel like you can find someone who is spontaneous and wants to like take you on dates and do things, but also someone who's willing to commit to you. So don't feel like you have to pick and choose between a guy who's fun, but like a fuckboy, and then a serious guy who you're like, you're boring. You know what I mean? My first thought was you've been through so much, and obviously being a mom or a partner and like being married, you've put so much energy into other people. Like I know it's not ideal, but like I truly would try like for the next 6 months, the next year, like really focus on yourself and who you are now. Like your prefrontal lobe is fully developed. You probably don't even know what your interests are now. Like you don't even probably know like who you are now in this chapter of your life. So I think like get to know yourself, take yourself on dates. Like don't feel like you have to get out of your parents' house ASAP. Like truly, this is like a very exciting chapter for you to like, just to like, I know you've grown so much already, but like fall in love with yourself. And then I really feel like through finding what you love doing, like, and just living your life, being with your friends, going out, like, I feel like you'll meet someone that way where you're not trying to like fit the mold of like what they want. Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with all of that. I think also I understand going from, I do not understand being a single mom, and that is very, very hard. And my kudos go out to you. And I think you're absolutely crushing it. And that, again, that's a lot to happen in the span of like 5 years. I understand the want and the craving for a significant other, because having a teammate makes life so much easier and so much more fun. Like it really, really does. Having someone to share things with, having someone to help with things, like, so you don't feel alone in that sense. Like I understand craving that, but I think it's much better being single than being with somebody who cannot be an equal teammate, if that makes any sense. I think there's just a lot. I totally agree with just focusing on yourself. I think right now you're not sure what you want. I understand not wanting to waste your time, but also sometimes with dating comes wasting people's time like that, and maybe not even intentionally, like not in a bad way, or just like you don't know, you're giving it a try, and then maybe a certain amount of time in, you're like, wait, this isn't my person. Wait, this isn't what I want. Like that just comes with dating, but I don't want like a level of like jadedness to come with dating, with putting yourself out there, and then like maybe giving up on dating or love in general that comes from that. Like I just don't want that for you. So I do agree. I think like work on yourself, take some time. You're 25.
Yeah, you're
have
so
fun.
young. I know it doesn't like feel like that, but you know, we're in our 30s now. It really, like 25 really is so young. You have so much life to live. I've also had like, regarding like having a kid and dating, obviously I haven't done it myself, and I'm sure it is harder in a lot of other ways, but everyone like does it, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. I know some people who won't say they have a kid because they want to make sure that the connection's real before they even bring a kid up. I have other people who bring up the kid on date one, just being like, hey, I'm letting you know. Like there really is no right or wrong way to do it. Oh my God, we have another friend who like they're dating someone, and they have a kid, and they found out pretty early on, but then the guy was like, I don't want you to meet her until we've been dating a year. You know what I mean? Like, so like there's no right or wrong way to do it. You're going to get judgment no matter what. So don't worry about like what people are saying. Like, even if, I don't know if your parents are encouraging you to get married really soon. I don't know how that living situation is. Hopefully they're very supportive of you taking your time and stuff and like finding someone good. But yeah, I think just trust your gut, like truly. But don't be scared. Like, my dad had a kid when my mom met him. Like she was chill. Like it's just so normal.
You don't have to also put your significant others in the box of only divorcees. Like that's so not, your mom wasn't a divorcee. Yeah. Like that. I understand the thought, but your person is out there, and I do think work on yourself. They will come. I know it's so cliche to say, but like they will come to you when the timing is right. Go to concerts, but not because you're looking for your significant other. Go to concerts because you want to go see this artist. Go out with your girlfriends. Go out on the town, like whatever it is, have your fun, and then your person will come when you're ready, but you have so much life to live.
All right, next one, titled 12-Year Age Gap. Hi, girlies. I'm 21, fresh off a serious 2.5-year college relationship, and I was not expecting to meet anyone this summer. I downloaded Hinge purely for the plot, as one does, and the first guy I went on a date with ended up being a, wait for it, 33-year-old man who is now seriously messing with my head in the best and worst way. The second we matched, we messaged for 2 hours straight and then ended up just getting on the phone for another hour because we could not stop talking. Our first date was at a restaurant, lasted 4 hours, and honestly felt like 10 minutes. It has been that way ever since. Conversation just flows. The connection is wild. He's mature, emotionally intelligent, so intentional, and honestly treats me better than any guy I've ever dated. It's not even a question. He treats me like an absolute princess. He also has a golden retriever puppy, is in the military, and so extremely hot, I can't even describe it to you, which obviously does not help the situation. I used to be weirded out by the age gap, but now I'm kind of find it hot. My friends and parents are totally on board too, which completely surprised me, and they actually love him from what they've heard. Neither of us saw this coming. I never felt this way about someone ever, even in college, even the college ex, LMAO. We both admitted we're thinking long-term, but we keep catching ourselves getting too serious. He got on Hinge looking for something serious, and I got on just for fun, but of course my inner lover girl showed up. I'd fooled for this man, and now here I am spiraling over a man 12 years older than me. The twist is I met him while living here for the summer, and now I'm headed back across the country for my senior year of college. He's been saying we should stay in contact and do weekend trips. He even invited me to be his +1 to a wedding in September, but then he's always says things like, you should go enjoy your senior year, as in go hook up with other people, which kind of feels like a soft pass. It's giving mixed messages and is driving me crazy. This was supposed to be a summer fling, but now I'm sitting here wondering if I've met someone really special or if I've just glamorized it being because he's older, confident, and emotionally available. How do you tell the difference between that?
Sticky.
I know. Okay.
Do you have a lot of thoughts?
My first thought is, the second you said summer fling, I was like, oh, you want what you can't have. Like the idea of it's just a summer fling and like, oh, I feel like that makes it feel even more like, oh, but I love him so much. Like it's going to end.
Star-crossed lovers.
Like, oh my God, we were meant to find each other.
Romeo and Juliet.
Part of me feels like, and I'm not even talking about age yet, but part of me feels like if you guys were to do long distance and be serious about each other, I would see it fizzling out anyway, because it's like you're just in like the love bubble. I don't know.
Oh.
Do you see that?
Yes, I actually just got a TikTok of, do you know who G. Hernelius is?
No.
She's from Dog with a Blog. She's like a Disney girl. She was like on all
I remember that show.
Disney. You'd recognize her. She always played like the bratty little girl, like on That's So Raven and stuff.
Okay.
And so she just made a TikTok recently where she was saying like she had a summer fling that ended up turning into a fall relationship, and she was like, it should have been cut off at summer fling.
Oh my
she was like,
God.
you know, when it just goes a little too long. Oh my God, wait, it was an age gap. Does G. Hernelius watch this podcast?
Imagine.
I love you. But she said like the exact same thing. Like
Oh
she
my
had a fall.
God.
She was like, it should have been cut off.
Yeah.
So, and it was an age gap thing. Oh my God, wait, does she watch the podcast?
Oh my God. I don't want to say he's like a good or bad guy, obviously, just based off of what we've been given. But I do think a actual mature guy would want you to live your life and not like
Back and forth.
Yeah, or be like he should understand that you are younger, and being 21, like he should want you to live your life and not be the one to hold you back. Like I don't think that's a bad flag. I actually think that's like a better thing.
That's a yellow flag.
Versus him being like, why'd you follow this guy? Why are you talking to that friend?
Yeah.
Like that is what obviously would be a huge red flag. So I'm not like worried about that as much.
I'm questioning why a 33-year-old had his dating app down to 21. Isn't that like as low as you can go almost?
Pretty much.
That's my question. I'm like, that's a big age gap.
It is a very
That's
big
12
like,
years.
I think, and
You're in college.
I do love that your family, like that they're all on board, because I feel like that'd be an even bigger flag if they all didn't like him.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously not going to sit here and tell you what to do or what not to do.
I do think the mixed messages are not fair. I think the let's go to a wedding, but then also like, no, go live your life. And like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think that's fair. And I mean, also, I will say, I do think a 33-year-old dating a 21-year-old is not, I'm not, nothing on you. I just think like, I'm like side-eyeing him where I'm like, why was your dating app on 21 or maybe younger? But that's besides the point. I do think that you should live your senior year. I do. I think, and then once you're done, if you're like, you know, I miss him so much, like, and he misses you, and you can get back together, and then you can maybe really try something, then I think that's worth it. But I think really, I think it'd be interesting to see, like, was a summer fling just a summer fling?
Yeah,
Let's
because
test
maybe it
out.
was. And maybe
it
like
was.
we can end it at that.
Yeah, I think your senior year, like, it's your most fun year. You've worked so hard to get here. Like, have fun and just like see how it goes.
Also, again, like our last entry, like your prefrontal lobe hasn't even developed yet. So I could see you looking back and like, I know at 21, you feel so old and so mature, but like, trust me, the second you turn 25, you look back and you're like, what was I doing? Like, oh my God, I thought I had my life all together. And I would hate for you to look back and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I felt the need to like be so mature, or I felt like I had to like commit to this guy when like I'm still so young. And I like, I don't know.
Like Elsie, does she go to Paris? Should she go to Paris? Should she not?
Literally.
Should you go live your senior year and do your own thing, or should you not?
Like
I think you should.
Exactly. I don't love the age gap. I'm not going to sit here and be like, he's a horrible guy. You guys need to end it. That's obviously up to you. But I do think, I mean, we have friends who are 33 and I can't even imagine them wanting to date a 21-year-old.
That's my thing. I'm just like side eye. I'm like,
It's like,
interesting.
I know.
And I'm keeping my eye on that. But if your friends and your family support, then like, he obviously is not a horrible guy.
Yeah. So I don't want to say he's a horrible guy. I would hate for you to miss out on a very exciting, pivotal year in your life and then only build your future based off of this potential relationship instead of like when you graduate and you get a job, like make sure it's the job you want, not because it's close to where he lives.
Yes.
Or like that's a very sticky situation to be in. And like Rem said, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if not, then you have a fun summer fling.
Also, the big problem with one of the problems with age gap relationships, and this is stereotypically, is the power imbalance that it causes. And I do, again, I'm side-eyeing the mixed signals of go, have fun. Oh, but like, let's go to this wedding. Go have fun. Forget about me. But also like, let's try long distance. Like that's not making sense to me.
I also am going to say this, and I mean this with love. My friends who are in relationships with men who have been in the military, and I'm not saying this is for every single person, but it's very hard. It's very hard because of things that they've been through and like the mental part of it. Like it's something I'll never experience. Again, I can only speak from like my friends, like actual situations, but like, you know, her husband was like a severe alcoholic from it. Like there is definitely, it's a very touchy situation. I'm not saying he has issues, but I mean, we all have issues, but All I'm saying is it can be very hard, and I would hate for you to give up your, I don't know. I just think that's something to be aware of.
I think go live your senior year, have fun with your friends, and then let's have this conversation in 365 calendar days.
Yes, you know what? See if he's down for therapy. That's all I would say. That's where I would end that. See if he's down to talk to someone.
Next one from Anonymous. I've never had a boyfriend. Okay, firstly, love you girls so much. We love you too. It's been a privilege to grow up with you. So I'm 22, just got back home after college, and I'm finally with family and friends. But it's hard to realize that while I've never had a boyfriend, my two best friends are in serious relationships with life plans. Marriage is in the books, and I'm not even close. I know I need to get over my insecurities. I've never been skinny, so I'm scared of rejection, but also might be TMI, but I don't care. I lost my virginity at 19 in a kind of let's get it over with ordeal. I've only ever had sex through hookups. I think I'm scared if I ever have sex with someone I have feelings for, I might run a higher risk of getting my feelings hurt. I'm also starting to think guys only find me attractive when they want sex. And obviously I have my hair and makeup done and a good fit, but never just on my casual days, which are more frequent now that I'm home. Also, yes, I'm not even looking and haven't been for years. I'm not on apps anymore and was just focusing on school. But now, I don't know. They say it happens when you aren't looking, but that's a big fat lie. Other random info, definitely avoid an attachment and for some reason always find an ick in a guy.
Hi. Have you met me? Me, girl, me.
Give advice to our girlie.
I'm going to read you to Phil for a quick second. The only reason why you feel like men are only interested in you for sex is because that's all you're really giving them. I feel like you're not letting your actual feelings show. I'm not saying these aren't piece of shit men who are just using you for sex, but I'm saying you're not even letting your vulnerability and your like feelings be shown or seen because you're an avoidant. And hi, that's me. Like, you're like, oh, I'd rather just like, I'd rather be in control. This is the toxic advice. I'd rather be in control because then I can't get rejected because then I've put this around me. You know what I mean? So as an avoidant, I understand that, but also like you don't have to change overnight. Like there are so many times where I'm like, oh, this is an insecurity of mine, but like we don't have to change things overnight. Just being aware of them is like the first step. And like the fact that you even know you're an avoidant, like that's huge. So I feel like you can be very gentle on yourself. I mean, I get it. Having like getting hurt is so scary. And I wish I had better advice than like, it's inevitable. My other thing, and again, we're talking about prefrontal lobes. Like I thought when I was 21, I was going to be married to my boyfriend at the time and like have kids by the time I was like 23. Like everyone has plans, but just because someone has plans doesn't mean it's going to happen. Like whatever you're going through right now, don't let 1 ounce of that feel like you're behind with anyone else's timelines or your friends. Like don't compare yourself. We were just having this conversation off the pod about how like, it's so easy to feel behind when you're like the only one, but there is no right or wrong timeline for anyone.
Yeah. Closely resonate with so much of this too. Like I always felt insecure in my body. I also lost my virginity in like a let's get it over with kind of way for the first few years of my dating. Like I was only hooking up with people and I resonate with so much of this. I will say, I think the thing at the end where she was like, for the people that say that it happens when you aren't looking, that's a big lie. I know this is so annoying to hear. It's not. But what I realized and what I learned is I kept thinking like, oh, I'm not looking. But like, even if I was saying I wasn't, I was. And really when I actually gave up, not even in a sad way, just like I'm tired. I'm like, let truly like it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. I'm not going to keep putting myself out there and keep getting rejected over and over. Like, I just don't care about that anymore. I don't care about dating. I don't care about finding the person. That's when I found my person.
I was going to say, I feel like it's less of like, you're not looking. Cause obviously like you were still on a dating app.
Open.
Like you're open, but you're more confident in if it doesn't happen, you'll be okay. And that more confident in if it doesn't happen with my timeline, like it's going to happen. And when it does, it'll be good. Yeah. Like it's more like you just feeling.
Not the timeline. I like that. It's like,
I think it's
not on your timeline. It will happen. It's just like maybe not what I necessarily want.
Yeah. And maybe you were only looking at a certain type of yours. You're like, I only like guys who are buff and do this and this and this. We're like, the second you're finally like, okay, I'm kind of, you know what? I just want a good guy. I just want someone who treats me right. Like once you're like more open, I feel like that's when things come.
I agree. I also understand the fear of getting your feelings hurt, but also like, it's really not that bad. Mm-hmm. I like with dating comes rejection. With dating comes rejecting people. Like it just happens. And like, that is life. You do have to let your walls down. You do have to allow yourself to be hurt. and it's so worth dating around and to find that person, if that makes sense.
I also, this just popped into my head, but like the age that you're in right now, I feel like it's hard finding guys who are wanting something serious. And if that's something you're wanting right now, I think voice that, or like make sure you find someone who's also looking for that, because I feel like especially at this age, like guys under 25, they're just looking to have fun. Like it's really hard to find someone who will be on the same page with you. If you're wanting a serious relationship, it's definitely possible. But obviously, like, I think that's where I would just protect your heart a little bit. If you're wanting something serious, but you know the guys you're hooking up with or talking to aren't wanting anything serious, I think that's where I would hope you protect your heart a little bit, because you're only going to get hurt, you know?
I agree with that. I think also working on your insecurities. You said I've never been skinny. Like, I feel that. Like, own it. Like, I think work on your own personal self-esteem before getting into bed with people. I think actually, like, I don't think that's going to help. I think work on your own confidence and work on your own self-esteem and, like, learn to really love yourself no matter what your size is, because I think that just sleeping with guys and hooking up it's not going to help that whole situation. I think work on that. And that's a whole other can of worms. Yeah. Trust me, girl, I've been there.
And that's a personal thing.
That's not you thing.
Yeah, that's not a you thing.
I do think it also opens you up to finding your person, because you don't want to meet your person when you're not feeling good about yourself, and when you're not feeling confident, when you're not feeling, good with your self-esteem. Like, you meet your person when you're like in a good place.
Also, I mean, guys will literally have sex with a mayo jar. So like,
it's true.
Girl, you are hot as hell. Okay. But you need to believe it and own it.
Yes. Agreed. You need to know it.
Yes.
You need to know it.
That's when that glow happens. And then I was like, damn, sorry. Let me just go to the next one. Mrs. Remi Parsons, I Need Your Help is the title from Anonymous.
I'm here.
Hi, Alicia and Remi. I love you guys. I've been watching you both since I was in middle school. I'm getting married in August of 2026, and I'm having the hardest time making any final decisions regarding my wedding. It feels like such big things to have to decide, and I just don't have a wedding planner, so I've been just staring at my planner, so lost. I don't even know where to start. Now I'm almost a year out and feeling like I'm cutting it short. I'm very indecisive and love about a million different color schemes. Remi, how did you finally nail down everything you wanted? How did you know you were making the right decisions? Do I go with my gut, but I have no idea what my gut is saying? Please help. Also, if you're free April 15th, 2026 and find yourself in St. Paul, Minnesota, hit a girl up and come party at the wedding.
I love Minnesota. Perhaps I will. Thank you for the invite. To be honest, I also had no idea. I will say I have to give Jason his flowers. I had a wonderful planner who has beautiful taste, who made a lot of decisions. To be so honest, when I showed up, I didn't know what to expect, because I did trust him. Cal and I did trust him with so much. I do think if you can rely on your partner, if your partner is available and you like their taste, I think if you can rely on them to help make decisions, that'd be great. Or if not, a parent, a friend, mother-in-law, father, literally anybody in your life that like you really like their taste, I think it'd be really good to like bounce off of. There were a lot of things that I bounced off Alicia, Ollie, Kay, like so many people in my bridal party in my life that I was like, what do you think? Also because I did like so many different color schemes. I did like so many different vibes and things. Like at the end of the day, I got this TikTok in my car on the way. I was parked in the parking lot, but I was in on the parking lot here, and I got the funniest TikTok, and it was this girl at her wedding. She's in her after party dress, and she's got the like glow like wristbands on. She's got the glow stick. She's got glasses on. She's being literally carried by her wedding guests, and the text on it said, oh my God, what did it say? It was like, this girl, I can't believe this girl was worrying about what color her linens were.
Literally.
Because like, it really does not matter. I promise to you. Also, the day is going to go by so fast. You're not going to remember anything as it is. I think take away the pressure and the stress of everything. If you like something on Pinterest, like I think just like pick something and then really try to go with that if that's what you like. Because I think when you start to like really hyper focus on the napkin color and the linens and the florals and all these things, like it just gets to be too much. I really don't think it matters.
I have not been married, but I am a very indecisive Libra rising, Libra moon queen. And I've struggled with being so indecisive my entire life, obviously, and it can be so crippling where you feel like, even if it comes to like a vacation rental house, right? I will like I will go through every single listing, find something, think I find it, but then I'm like, ooh, but wait, oh my God, if we change the day one day, then now there's all these new ones we have to look at. And literally we have to look through all of those again. And then I'm like, okay, well, I was thinking like beach. And then it's like, oh, but if now we're thinking snow, oh my God. And if more people come, we can split oh my God. Like that is my brain. It is, but I love it, but I hate it. Like very OCD vibes, right? I will say, one thing that's helped me is learning to just go with my first instinct. Like when you're planning everything, like you can even take notes for yourself so you don't forget, or you can film yourself when you're trying different things so you can hear your own thoughts. Like sometimes you forget why you liked something and why you didn't. So I think like document and have notes for yourself to be able to be like, ooh, I loved this green. However, if I'm wearing, well, you're going to be wearing white most likely. But if the linens are this, that might clash. So just because you like something, I think try to think of things in like a family. So if you're going for more of a garden chic vibe, maybe you love like black roses, but maybe that would look better with like red velvet.
Ooh, I like this idea.
Do you know what I mean?
Great idea.
Like try
pick
to
like certain things that you're like, I need this.
Yeah.
And then work around that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, especially because if you're, I don't know, I just think that, and then again, always go with your first instinct. Like there's so many times where I'm like, no, I need to trust myself. I liked this for a reason. And in the end, there's always something you can change. There's always something else that, you know, the day of, regardless, I'm sure, Remi, you felt this way. There were things where you're like, oh, I could have had the colors this and I probably wouldn't have noticed a difference. You know what I mean? Like
the way I remember quite literally nothing, like actually. Also something, if you looked at my wedding like album, like there were a few things that throughout my wedding planning process, I was like this, I like this, I like this. And then if you look back at it, I have like a photo album on my phone. The way that like the two, like how the wedding actually looked and what I initially liked, so vastly different. But it was just because over time I was like, oh, I don't like that anymore. Like you still have a year. So I do think you have enough time to start collecting things. Wait a little bit, you know, wait a couple months. And then you can look back at it and be like, oh my God, that's not what I want at all. I really think, talk to friends, talk to family, talk to your partner.
Yeah, Pinterest will be your best friend. But also like things like table centers, those can be done. I don't recommend the week of, but you can definitely do those like closer to the real day. And that can change the vibe of an entire like reception just based on like, do you have floating candles or do you have like, there's so many different things. So I think start wide and then go down to like more narrow things.
Also, I don't think I have a really good idea of like what a wedding timeline should be because as we all know, my planner was in the hospital, but like, there were so many things that we didn't do till the week before. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone, but there are a lot of things that you can decide on, or like even the last month, I know you can decide on like linen colors and things like that, where it's not like you need to make it right now. Right now, I would say like a year out, you're looking obviously for the venue, you're looking for band or DJ. You can start talking about catering. And then, you know, as time goes on, you can start deciding more on the design aspect of it all. But we didn't do the design till like very, very, very late.
Look up color palettes on Pinterest of like what goes together. And I think that'll be your best friend. Like finding colors that just like are in the same like you can have, I think that will be your best friend because then you're not wondering if things go together. You can like find a color palette you like. If you're having like a dark green and a sage green and a light pink, like there's so many things you can do. Or
also, who the hell cares? Do what you want at your wedding.
Yeah, go elope.
True. Do whatever you want. It's going to be beautiful no matter what because all that matters is that you and your partner are having an amazing time and an amazing life together.
The way, I'm so embarrassed to say this, I'm forgetting what your centerpieces were. I stared at it, but I was crying through tears.
Green candles, that's all I remember.
But like, I think that just goes to show like, I remember it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, I was so focused on other things, you know?
I remember there was like a velvet texture. I don't remember if I went with the pink or the nude. I can't remember.
Also with the lighting, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looked gorgeous.
It's honestly, just have fun with it. I really did enjoy our process of doing things together, Cal and I, because it felt like such a collaborative event versus like Cal coming in and being like, whoa, you did such a good job. It was like, wow, we did such a good job with Jason, our throuple.
Every speech, we got so much in store for you guys.
I was like, Cal, lower expectations.
That was so good.
He was so excited. It was so cute. But we hope you guys enjoyed this unsolicited, solicited advice. If you guys want more, let us know. Thank you again to Google Shopping for sponsoring this episode. We love you guys, and we'll catch you guys Wednesday for another regular episode.
Mwah.
Love you. Bye.